All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Um, Market's a little bit better today than yesterday. I wouldn't say it's much better, but it's a little bit better. Sorry, let me mute this. There we go. Gotta mute this too. All right, so the market's a little bit better today. Yesterday was a tough day for me, and I'm still gonna stick to. All right. That's right. So, hey man. But yeah, no. So I'm gonna stick to using larger sizing and see how it goes. If I have to get another TradeNet account, that's fine. I'm just trying to scale up at this point, and so considering how my trading's been the last few months, I think it's that time to raise my sizing, try to take some bigger gains out of the market, and so I'm gonna give it a few swings here, see if it can get up there. Yesterday, that was my biggest loss in months, but that was the bigger sizing I've taken in months. And so, bigger losses are going to happen, but bigger winners should happen as well. Let's see. Let's catch back up on the chat. Good morning, Missouri. What's up, Manny? Good morning, man. Good morning, Live Gains. Tiny and Live Gains. I'm still thinking about that, brother. So just oh no, maybe it wasn't you, Live Gains. It was actually somebody else. Good morning, Tiny. Yeah, yesterday wasn't great for me. What's up, Marcus? Netron. Good morning, Seven. Heffy. Zachy. What's up, Zachy? What you need help with, man? What's up, Arian's World? KC Mac. Connie, good morning. Tiny Pharaoh. Crypto stocks, good morning, Abu. What's up, guys? All right, so not that much is moving, but everything on my list is tradable. And so this is my list. Let me go ahead and post it in the chat before Huguetes gets here and yells at me. So give me a second, guys. I'll post it on Twitter, or I'll post my watch list here really quick. There's a few other ones that I need to add to this, so give me a second. We got GNC, PDD. Maybe CARA. Alright, so this is my watch list this morning. A little slow today, but we're going to see if we can find anything to trade. I like GNC. GNC is probably going to be my main watch today. I'm looking for a short on the downside. I'm sure it has some type of catalyst, but we'll have to figure out what it is. Also looking at BLIN, although I don't like it quite as much. I think what I did wrong yesterday, guys, is that I strayed away from the pattern. I was telling Mitch about this on Tuesday. And basically, whenever I get into the VWAP fade, there's a few different conditions that have to be there. One of them is good volume. The other one is the stock needs to be gapping up. Another one is the stock needs to be gapping up on high volume and have enough room on the downside. And I think none of those were in place yesterday with both the trades I took. And so I think it was just a dumb trade I made yesterday. And it's a learning experience, and that's fine. Just got to work on it. It's been a while since I made a really dumb trade like that. And so kind of knocked me back down to reality after I've been doing well. So it happens, but we'll see how it goes. NGD, good morning, Mud Life. What's up, man? On Fred, aside from the fact that I can't trade it, I know Fred looked good the other day, but they haven't added it on TradeNet yet. Look at that wash on Fred. Yeah, that's crazy. But unfortunately, I can't trade it, and so I'm really just watching like stuff like what was it? I'm watching GERN, a few other ones. Have to look up some of these catalysts here, but let's look. I think everything on my watch list is tradable. PDD, TLRD, PI is tradable. GNC is tradable. BLIN is tradable. GERN, tradable. YINN is tradable. CARA, tradable. TLRY, tradable. CRON, tradable. CGC, tradable. So everything on my list is tradable today, so that's pretty nice to see. Got to stay away from these cannabis stocks too. A little risky. So let's see. I'm watching PIXITEUM and ATOS today. PICB. All right, let's look at some of these. I remember PIXY was a former runner. Oh, it's Mitch. Oh, snap. Hey, what's up, brother? Yo. What's up, Mitch?
What's up, man? How we doing?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Nothing.
Looking to trade a little bit, man.
Nice, man. Well, I mean, the volume's not great, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's bad either, you know. Main ones to watch that I'm looking at, TLRD. GNC is probably one of my favorite ones. GNC gapping up from 289 to 325. And so looking to maybe short it if it starts to fill some of that gap. Looking at PDD, TLRD, YINNCARA. So there's a few that I'm looking at.
All right, doesn't seem too bad.
Heck B.
I'll be right back, but I'll be listening in.
Okay.
I'll be in and out.
All right, man. All right, brother. All right, so at least we got Mitch here on the stream. Yeah, ATOS looks interesting as well. Not tradable, unfortunately. That's the only one on my list that isn't tradable today. There's BLIN as well. Low volume. A lot of these have low volume, so I got to be careful with some of these. But yeah, GERN is starting to tank some in pre. Look at GERN. Just dropped 20 cents just now. It had a really nice fade on Tuesday, and yesterday it looked okay as well. I appreciate the sub, Reuven. Appreciate the sub, Darwin. Welcome, guys. Appreciate it. All right, so I'm curious to see what PDD is doing here. It's been moving a lot the last few days. I don't know if it's ETF or what this is, but it's moving some. Watching that TLRD. I can't remember what sector TLRD is in, and so I'm gonna have to look that up too. But yeah, I like GNC here. GERN bouncing back. I'm just disappointed in myself from yesterday, because I remember saying yesterday, like, today is an account preservation day. And then I ended up using big sizing, taking 3 trades. I think my voice is going out a little bit. But I ended up using big sizing, taking more than 2 trades, so I broke my rules. And so now I just got to stay disciplined here and just, you know, I'm not even going to try to win back my losses. I'm just going to try to get in good trades today. Look for those exact conditions that I try to find. But yeah, there's also CARA. If you look at the bottom left, CARA gapping up. Still low volume as well. Gapping up from 2085 to 2231. So watching those. What's up, James? What's up, brother? Good morning, man. All right, so let's go over the news. We'll go over the news real quick. Yeah, watching TLRY as well. It's a little bit too expensive for me, Tyrone, but I'm still going to watch it just because it's kind of the alpha cannabis stock in the market right now. Look how weird GERN is. This is just weird. Remember how I said GERN just dropped 20 cents? It just rebounded 25 cents back up. So, very strange. A little weird. There's YINN as well. I'm going to have to look up some of these. I think some of these may be ETFs, and so we'll have to look it up. All right, so let's look up the news on these. Today's news is brought to you by SnapTrade, SNAPTRADE.US. If you don't know what SnapTrade is, it's an awesome free website for you to use. It has all these awesome features like watch list building, and I do share my watch list with a decent amount of people here each morning. And so if you want my watch list shared with you, just let me know, and I'll add you to the Snap Trade list. All you have to do is sign up to it. But yeah, so this is my watch list today. I still got to add a few to this, but it also has a really nice free scanner, a discovery top list, and a lot of other free, free resources for traders to take advantage of. But they also recently updated their news section, and so their news is really up to date. And so I've been using them to look up the news on certain stocks. And so let's check some of these out. The first one I'm looking up is TLRD. Whoa, look at GERN.
Hey, what is it doing?
It just skyrocketed from 580 to 670.
Nice. Believe it or not,
You're
I'm
long.
still stuck in 50 shares.
Oh. Oh, short?
Yeah, I'm still stuck with
Oh,
50
no.
shares short.
That's rough, man. I mean, it'll be like a $20
Really,
loss.
really.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, no,
fine.
I mean, at the end of the day, I got stuck it. I put an order out to sell yesterday, but for some reason, the market opened and my order never filled.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
I,
You should
I
have
have
let me
no
know.
idea, 'cause
I would have got out for you, man.
yeah, I mean, I put an order, I put a stop at like 6:03 yesterday, but I don't know, something was going on with TIS. It was being weird for me. Then again, I set the order at 5 a.m. So
Right, for sure. But yeah, what's up, Hip Hop Anonymous? But yeah, look at Gurn, man. It's up to 697 now. It's up to 7. Something had to just come out. Let's look up. That's going to be our first news today is GERN.
yeah, who
It's up to
knows?
725 now.
Yeah.
Or 720. It's back down to. That's rough, brother.
Oh, I see my P&L moving.
I'm
I
sure
got
it'll.
no problem with
I'm
it
gonna
though.
look to
Because at
short
the
it.
end of the day, it's just like a left in position that I made a mistake on. I should have came back in time to close it at 4. Wasn't able to get back in time, and I mean you learn from that.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, don't worry about it. It's in the grand scheme of things, it's 50 shares. I'm looking. I don't see any news on this one either today. Yeah, so some news just came out actually. So positive clinical trial. Let's see if I can get some of this to work. So yeah, a crazy move, man. It's up to 765.
Nice.
I'm looking to short it at this point.
I mean, I'd be
Not
doing the
at your
same.
entry, but I'm looking to short it.
I've been doing the same.
Yeah. I mean, it looks good for a short.
I mean, I just stay on it. I mean, once I put a large share size, the P&L will completely change. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm just gonna have to do. I'm just gonna have to be smart and probably time this trade and time it on the short. I'm gonna have to make a little bit more because I'm already down a little bit, but that's willing to risk a little bit more
Yeah.
as
I
long as I
mean,
be smart on when I do decide to jump in this stock.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, there is no
That's
news
really
on
what it
GER.
is.
There is no news on GERN. Like the biotech sector in general is moving, but I don't see any news. If you know why GERN is moving, let me know. But if not, it's definitely interesting for a short here. I mean, this thing's gapping up from 597 to 760s, at its high. So, really interesting here. Going to keep an eye on that one. Moving on, looking up PDD here. PDD. Let's see if we got
Hey
anything
man,
new
gonna need your help today, man, on this laptop game.
out. Hey, let me know, man. I'll do my best.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think
You're leading the way today.
PDD has any news either. Last news came out on the 11th. Let's look.
One of the things, guys, is that we really got to get back to the excellence. I think we got to the point where we started worrying about perfection,
Yep,
and we're gonna really work back to excellence. And that's
exactly.
really what we need to do. Just get back to what we know works. Um, Me and John kind of talked about yesterday and the day before on my losses, and we kind of went over. It has a lot to do with the pre-market. We really want to see these stocks really gapping up really big. One of the things is I've seen stocks, when they gap up like maybe like 10, 12%, doesn't work out as much. Or if it's a gap down, like your first trade yesterday, um, it just doesn't work out as much. So what we're
Right.
gonna be focusing on is hitting the VWAP fade, but only when we see that nice gap up.
Yeah, it's got to
We
be
can't just, yeah, we can't just try to nail everything that goes through a support.
right. And that's the key here is that in the last few months, like I was really strict with my trades, and I really was. Like I was really strict with my trades. Some days I wouldn't trade at all, and that's fine. And I actually am proud of myself on days that I do that. And then lately, I think my confidence was a little bit out there, just because I mean, this is just human nature. Like when you go on a green streak like that, and whenever your trading is doing so well that you're averaging one losing day a week, your trading's been doing excellent, and I think your confidence just gets up there, and in your mind, the setup's always going to work. And then so when it doesn't work, it just mentally affects your trading. And I think that's kind of at the point I was at yesterday. At the same time, I am trying to scale up in sizing. And so like I said, even if I lose this account, that's fine, because I can buy another account, because I know my trading is at that level at this point, and now it's just about rinsing and repeat with larger sizing to take some big
That's
gains,
it, brother.
you know.
Have
So yeah,
confidence in your abilities. That's it.
so Tiny says, I don't see it anywhere, but Tiny is saying positive clinical trials on GERN. I saw something about biotech trials, but I didn't see GERN specifically. PDD is up because Goldman Sachs initiated coverage with a buy rating at 31.90. And so PDD is gapping up because of that. Let's look at TLRD at this point. And really quick, PI. Looking at PI real quick. Let's go over this one. So I think Snap Trade may be lagging a little bit here. So PI is up after the company reported good earnings for its second quarter and issued strong third quarter guidance. And so that's why PI is up. PDD is up after Goldman Sachs issued a buy rating on the stock for PDD. Let's look at TLRD. Top right chart. So TLRD reported inline earnings for the second quarter. Sales did miss the estimates, though. So watching this one maybe for a potential short. We'll see where this one goes. Next one I'm looking at is GNC. GNC here. They announced that their Live Well Foundation raised approximately $500,000 for charity. Yeah, it's the 15th annual golf tournament. So yeah, their Live Well Foundation raised around $500,000 for charity, and GNC's gapping up from 289 to 330. Another one I'm looking at is BLIN. BLIN here. Top right, you can see it's gapping up on low volumes. It's surprisingly tradable, but it's gapping up from 97 to 120 or 119. So they reported that a regional medical care service provider selected the company's bridge line Unbound. They didn't disclose the terms as of yet. Um, So yeah, so they chose that for their digital experience and website analytics. So interesting. Basically a partnership. We'll see where BLIN goes. GERN. Somebody said positive clinical data on GERN. Let's see if we get anything more here. That was a little slow to update.
What did I see?
Okay, so
I sent you the chart on Jern.
Yeah, so
the daily.
So apparently GERN shares are up after their Intelstat is listed on Johnson & Johnson's presentation as 2019 to 2021 potential filings. And that's all I see. There's another one here for GERN, but it's not about specifically GERN. Yeah, so the biotech stocks are hot right now in the market, but there's nothing specific on GERN, so we'll see where it goes. At least that I don't see. There was positive clinical trial and R&D development for biotech industry. If there is one for GERN, I still gotta find it, but I'm not seeing one right now. MBRX is another one. Let's look at MBRX here. The volume's definitely looking better than it was before, though. Better than it was yesterday. Another one I'm looking at is YINN. All right, so YINN is an ETF. I probably won't trade it because of that. The last one I'm going to look at is CARA. Gapping up from 2085 to 2218. So Jefferies initiated coverage on CARA. They gave it a buy rating, and their price target is announced at $30 a share. So that's what's going on with that one.
Yeah, I would keep on watch CODA. That looks like it has long potential. CODA.
Yeah, it just needs.
It's tradable, but
Needs more volume. I know this one was a former runner. It used to be tradable. Let me see. Yeah, it's tradable.
All right, that's good to know.
Yeah, everything on my list is tradable this morning.
That's
actually
not something to watch at the open, but after that, after the open, when you watch it get that momentum, that's when I would watch it. I'd wait for that. It does have very low float and is gapping up. If you look at the daily, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely, man. Also, guys, another announcement I wanted to make that SnapTrade asked me to do. SnapTrade asked me to reach out to people. They're actually looking for everyday traders to make a video about their website. And they're willing to pay people for it to make a video about their website. And so if you're interested in making a short 2 or 3 minute video about SnapTrade, contact SnapTrade just by going to the feedback button here and just sending them a message, letting them know your email, and they'll get back to you. And you can talk with them about it. But they are interested in hiring traders to make videos about their website. And so if you're interested in doing that, just like I said, go to snaptrade.us, go to the feedback section and send them a message and talk with them about it. But yeah, if you're interested in making a video for them, let me know or go contact them through the feedback section of their website. All right, let me catch back up in the chat. What were you saying, Mitch? Sorry, brother.
Oh no, nothing. I'm kind of excited, man. I feel like the biotechs are starting to heat up. Maybe it's starting to get rid of them summer blues.
Yeah, man. Hopefully. Yesterday was terrible, bro. Look at INPX.
Yeah, the volume was just down yesterday. It was a classic Wednesday.
Yeah. Look at INPX though. INPX is moving here. A little cheap penny stock that I'm not going to trade, but it's gapping up from 20 cents to 24. Good morning, the best. What's up, man? Frank, good morning. The Kid, good morning. Young Shag, good morning. Mud Life, morning. Outsiders, what's up, man? Good morning. Felix, good morning. Corey, Shruba, good morning. Mr. Charts, good morning. IMMR. Yeah, but INPX, that thing's moving here. IMMR's just not moving enough, right now, at least for me. All right, but yeah, GNC and GERN are my two biggest watches today. GERN has been known historically to fade off the VWAP, and these are the type of gaps that I like seeing. And so we'll see where this one goes. It's the first move, so I got to be a little careful with it. I don't know if anybody saw that, but Mitch, did you see that squeeze up yesterday that hit me on what was it, man?
You know what you got hit with, right? You got hit with a lovely hidden buyer.
Yeah, man.
Because you saw nothing go up on the time and sales, and out of nowhere you saw that volume bar just jump up.
Yeah, man.
That's a dark pool order, and that dark pool order just got you, brother. That's the problem of, I mean, that's where you're gonna always run into those kinds of trades where you just kind of don't have an explanation.
Right.
The not having the explanation is just not having access to the dark pools. You would have to pay a lot to get there, or have certain tools that let you see the dark pool, and that's really what it is. It's just kind of like you'll only see one share show up on the time and sales, yet you'll see on the volume for the stock, you'll see like 100,000 shares on that 1 minute candle. Yet you only saw on the time and sales probably about 10,000 shares go through.
Nice. I mean, no, not
That's
nice.
what you kind of
Terrible.
That's what you got to look out for, on both sides,
Right.
on the long side or the short side. When you're seeing a whole bunch of volume going through on the chart, and it's not showing up on the time and sales, always understand that there's some hidden buyers or hidden sellers.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think of what stock it was, man, so I could look at it.
Oh, you don't want to look at it.
I know, but I can't remember what.
Nah,
stock
yeah,
it was.
Let
me look back on my list.
That stock I tried trading the day before, was it Ren? Oh no, it's SSC.
Yeah, it was SSC. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
was
look at
SSC.
Kroger gapping up. But yeah, this is the squeeze that I got caught in. Look, I even painted it on the chart. Look at this squeeze, man. It was looking good, too. I was up a small amount, and then this thing just squeezed up massively 40 cents. Like that, man. Just within a second, that thing was up 40 cents. And so, hit me hard. I probably should have held, but, just...
Hey, it just shows you, man, that sometimes you got to look for the volume. You got to have volume with these kinds of moves.
Yep.
No volume, nobody doing it. And when you look at the daily chart, you didn't really have the best daily chart.
Right, for sure. And it wasn't up.
This stock.
Right, that's what I think I even mentioned that in pre-market yesterday, was that SSC's daily wasn't extended. Like RENN was extended, and RENN eventually came back down, but the volume was low, and so it was kind of tricky. But especially with SSC, it just didn't look good. I shouldn't have jumped into it. So as for how much they're paying, how much Snaptrade is paying, I'm not 100% sure. It's all up to them. And so, yeah, it's you want to talk with them about it. I don't know much more about it. I just know they're interested in hiring, a bunch of different traders to make a video about their website. And so if you're interested in that, just go to their website, go to the feedback button, and just send them a message and let them know you're interested and talk with them about it. And you don't have to have a big channel or anything like that. They'd actually prefer it to be a smaller channel, just to kind of get their videos circulating. So, yeah, go check them out. Snaptrade.us. ATOS isn't tradable for me, James. Yeah, that's what I'm definitely looking at. Young Shag is GERN for a short. RHE. Yeah, RHE is looking cheap too. RHE had a nice little VWAP fade. I mean, maybe I should start looking for the fade on cheaper stocks, because look at this. This thing had 3 nice little fades there. But it's just a little sketchy for me to try to trade. But yeah, this is exact. I mean, maybe it does work for these cheaper stocks. I don't know. I know I need good volume. TLRY. I mean, TLRY is kind of the alpha cannabis stock. it's a little bit too expensive for me. I mean, it's $115, $114, and so it's a little too expensive for me. But I'll still watch it just to see what the cannabis sector's doing. But I'm probably not going to trade it. It's just plus it's a cannabis stock. Historically, in my opinion, they've been a little unpredictable. VTL bounce play. Not my cup of tea. It's just not my style. It's not in my niche of trading. But GNC still pushing up, man. It's gapping up about 60 cents at this point. So it's looking good. GNC still pushing up. Definitely looking to possibly short it. Maybe down to 320s or so. Good morning, Eric. What's up, man? BLIN getting a little bit of volume here. IGC. IGC is another cannabis stock. It's kind of like the cheapest cannabis stock in this market. But yeah, look at IGC here. I know they haven't added this one before. Nope, still haven't added it. Let's see, TLRA. TLRA gapping up a ton. Maybe throw this one on my list. VNCE gapping up. BTGN. PRTS.
All right. Got my coffee ready. Got my charts open. Let's do this.
I'm ready, man.
All right. So one of the things I noticed also in yesterday's stream is that you were talking to just about the open. And so one of the things me and John have been talking about is trying to get more dialed in for the open. So with that being said, we're going to try to really hone in on only stocks past 925 and mainly just talk about important price points that we're going to look for at the open.
Yep. So I'm looking at this point, like I said, my big the conditions I want to look for is I want to look for an overextended stock. And so in this case, GNC, BLIN, GERN all look decent. Also PI doesn't look too bad. And I want to see volume. And those, GNC, GERN, they both look good for volume. So those are my main watches. I also feel like I need to wait a little bit longer after the bell. I think I might have jumped in a little bit too early yesterday. I want to see a bigger bearish trend in the market. I don't want to, force trades a little bit too early and, before the stock has really formed a pattern. And I think that's something I might have done wrong yesterday. So those are the things I want to do today. Still have some room in this account to try to make it work, and I'm still up on the last few months, and so just trying to get in good trades at this point. If GNC starts moving or GERN in my direction, I'm going to look for, maybe 300 shares for GNC, for GERN. Maybe 1 to 200 shares on GERN. GERN starting to tank, though. I really wish it would hold here before the open. We got 2 minutes. I'm going to try to run to the restroom really quick. So I'll be right back, mate. So hold the stream down.
All right. On the long side, guys, there's a stock a little bit higher price, Carla, CARA. Be watching that on a higher pull. Let's see what we get here.
so I'm back. What's up, Track? What's up, Ashton? Alright. NGD.
Alright, here comes the open, guys.
NGD is too cheap. GNC and GERN both tanking some here, so I gotta watch these. But GERN probably looks the best. Open's coming up now. Gotta stay patient. Alright, there's the bell. Alright, we got GERN and GNC both tanking some here. GNC's right around the VWAP at this point. GERN is right underneath it. PDD launching up there. PDD up to 25.36. CARA kind of looks like a VWAP fade. PI underneath the VWAP, BLIN.
Alright, well, I got out of those shares when GERN was at the support. Just because I'm not going to take that risk of it going up to 750 and then me just looking like a, no offense, but an idiot. I don't do that.
Wait, what?
That I got out of those, remember that 50 shares that I got on GERN?
Yep.
I got out of it at 74, 75, 74.
Yeah.
When it was at that support there, I'll just get out there, take my little loss. I know I can make that back today.
For sure.
And just learn from it, guys. You know, you can't get stuck overnight if you don't want to be overnight.
Right.
You guys seeing anything make big moves here? Seeing KBSF, guys, on the long side. KBSF.
I wish
You got huge momentum there at $4. Lots of volume there. What I would want to see it is I would want to see it hold here. This $4, guys.
I mean, it's a little bit too expensive, but look at TLRY here.
Remember what I talked to you about those. I'm waiting for daily breakdowns on those. I'm not going to chase those. I'm going to wait for them to break down on their dailies, multiple day breakdowns, and that's what I'll look for.
Right.
Look at that. Look at that nice little 9 EMA pullback there for GERN.
Yeah, see
breaking through that 72 there.
BLIN's fading off the VWAP. I don't know if I should get in this one just because the volume's a little low and it doesn't have that much room.
Yeah, it's not enough for me. I don't like that.
I would have to take 700-800 shares, and I just don't know if I want that.
Yeah, MU is really bullish.
TLRY maybe.
Coda. I'm watching Coda.
Coda doesn't have enough room for me either. I'm
not enough volume.
I'm looking at GERN to pull back to the VWAP at this point. Maybe bounce off the 650s and run back up to that 682 level. Could set a comfortable stop at 7, so that's what I'm looking at for GERN. It's overextended, the volume looks good, and I want to see it pull back to the VWAP. If it gets up to 675, that's when I'm ultimately going to start scaling into the position. GNC maybe pulling back to the VWAP here, but it's just a slow mover right here. Doesn't look bad though, really, on GNC. See what my risk area would be, 332. Looking at CARA, which is kind of fading off the VWAP here too. And TLRY looks pretty good there for a VWAP fade, honestly, for TLRY. CODA kind of looks like a VWAP fade too, but the volume's just too low. And I'm not making that mistake again here.
Yeah, remember with CRON and TLRY, we got in continuous first fades, and then after red to green moves. So that's just a pattern that I've noticed. So I'm definitely waiting on those. The big key is daily supports, guys. So for like Cron, I'm waiting for it to break 1036. TLRY needs to at least break 96.15. So a long ways away from there.
Yeah, GERN is just fading so much now that it's too much. It's way away from the VWAP.
Yeah, a little part of me is like, yep, those 50 shares.
Don't worry about it, man. It would have been way too
though,
risky to hold it.
Yeah, way too risky. I don't take those kinds of risks. I'll look for a bounce up here whenever it does want to get back up.
CARA looked good too.
That was a little sign there on GERN that it's really probably not done. So I wouldn't really buy too much that it's just gonna fade out right here and continuously go down here. BLPH. All right, seeing anything? Anything look like a fade there?
Not really. I mean, CARA looked like one. GNC kind of looked like one, but it wasn't quite under the VWAP where I wanted it to be, and so I think the risk is too much for it to come back down. BLIN looked like a good fade, but it's just it didn't have enough room on it. So I'm looking at GERN, see if that thing can pull back to the VWAP. It looks good if it can. Still with a 7 risk area, with a much bigger reward. And CARA is back to the VWAP. If the spread was a little bit better, I might take CARA here, but at the same time the volume's just so low. I don't want to get caught in that again.
Yeah, low volume. I understand on that one.
And Cron, I mean, if Cron pulls back to 1125, it looks like a good fade, but I think that move is what faked you out before.
Yep, you know it.
And look, there it goes. I mean, it looks so good right here too, man. I think Cron
does it consistently, man. You know, you got, like I was saying, you gotta wait for important levels.
There's TLRY just faded off the VWAP. Yeah, PDD running.
Yeah, PDD was on that giddy up.
Yeah, it doesn't look like GERN's going to give us an entry. Nice. Hey, nice, Missouri. Nice work, brother. Yeah, Fred. I can't trade Fred, unfortunately. I don't know, man. If Cron gets up there, I might take it. Like, it would have to get way up to the VWAP, though, and I would have to set myself a really tight risk of, like, 26, 27 if I do get on Cron. And it would have to get up to 1123. The only reason I like it is because if you look at TLRY, TLRY just faded off the VWAP. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123. 1123 And if I do take this one, it's going to be a small 100 share position. GERN's not going to give it to us, man. Let's see if Cron gets me up there to the VWAP. CARA looks pretty good here too. Little spready though.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that I want to take my risk at.
I see a few potentials like GERN, maybe if it pulls back to the VWAP, and Cron if it gets higher. You know, it'd have to get up to 1120s. Which is a big if. GERN seems to be finding some support here. CARA TLRY looks okay as well. What's up, insurance? What's up, man? Yeah, looking for Gurn to spike back up here. Get up to at least 660s. Kind of tricky though. Yeah, Cron faded off the VWAP, but too late now. If it's following TLRY, if you look at TLRY faded off the VWAP, went down to the low, faked people out, and then bounced right back over. Starting to run again, test the high of the day for TLRY, which is kind of the alpha cannabis stock. And GNC is something I'm looking at as well. But I just got to stick to the plan. If I don't see the fade, I'm not going to trade. CARA does look good, though, here. Little spready, though, but it doesn't look bad. Biggest concern is getting squeezed up. There goes Gurn. It's not going to give me an entry. It's so frustrating when they don't pull back to the VWAP. Really nice bearish trend. Gonna look at CARA. Consider risk at 2188, or really 2196 is a reasonable risk for CARA. Let's look at the daily first, though. I do think it's overextended, and I think this looks like a good setup. High is 2229. Yeah, I mean, the only way I would get in GERN is if GERN pulled back up here. That's where I would have to want to get in GERN. That's the only time I'd get in GERN is if it pulled back there. I'm starting to like CARA just because I can set a tight risk at 22. If it breaks the whole dollar, I can jump out, and so I might jump in CARA here with 100 shares, a little spready. Alright, so I'm in with 100 shares on CARA.
Alright, what's your risk?
22, and so about 20 cents. 95 is what I'd probably set to be safe.
All right, I'm checking out CODA. CODA. I don't want to jump into this early, so what I'm looking for more is for it to bounce one more time and reject that 525. And then when it comes down to break the fives, I'll try to get short there, risking off of that 525. So I'm going to see another rejection.
Yeah, I don't mind that one.
A green bar up, and then that's where I would get in. And I'd pay attention to the timing sales to see if any buyers step in there. If it had more volume, I might take a starter here, but it doesn't have enough volume for me to just jump in here. So I need to see more of a level 2 rejection to confirm the trade for me.
Right. I think that's a good plan. All right, here's some dropping on CARA. Down to 60s. See if we get a bigger drop, fill some of this gap on the way down. Got down to the 50s. See if the spread evens out a little bit.
All right, where's your first profit?
Low of the day at 50.
All right, so 51 wouldn't be bad to take either. Remember that.
Right, for sure.
We've gotten a low of 54. Sometimes have the order out there. It kind of helps so that you won't get blocked if the number goes immediately to 50.
Right.
That's one of the things that help you guys in TIFFs, guys, is that your order being out there doesn't affect the stock. So put your order out there. So if you get your profit, if it just quickly snaps to it, you can get those shares filled and then keep doing your trade. Keep executing it.
All right, it's down to 59. Let's see if we get one more drop here. $47. Beautiful. All right, I took a partial there. Holding 50 shares left.
Hold those 50 shares. Look to add only at VWAP. If not, let these come down to the next support level. Where's the next support level heading to?
At this point, if it breaks back over 50, I'm just going to get out because I think that's the major support level. And so I'm just going to let it work till 50s. And if it breaks 50, I'm out, but I'm going to let the rest work if it holds underneath 50.
I think it can easily go back to VWAP. So you got to make your decision. Where's your profit?
My first partial was at 50.
Yeah. What's the next target?
25. And so if it breaks over 50, I'll get out. But if it holds under 50, I'm going to go down to 25.
Okay. I think this can go down to 2106.
It's down to 30s.
That's what I see.
29s. I'm just going to get out here, man. Just take my profits, $34 gain. I don't think it has that much room to fill. I could have held to 21, but it would only been a 10 more cent gain. And so I'm actually happy with the trade, $34 profit.
I don't think it's a bad trade, but you're not sticking to the plan.
Yeah, honestly,
that's all I'd say.
The biggest problem with it is that it's a little spready, you know. And I got
if
a
you're
huge
nervous
move.
about it, just realize it was emotions that got you out of that trade,
right?
not
For
the
sure.
chart.
Honestly, I'm just trying to bounce back from yesterday, get my confidence up because look, it just bounced.
Yep.
It just bounced 20 cents back up, and so I'm happy with that exit.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, you're expecting to bounce, though. Remember, that's what it is. It's just understanding that what I saw there is that you didn't have your second profit target already before the trade.
100%.
You only had your first one, and so that left you in the worry of where should I be taking this profit. That's why you're not willing to go ahead and just wait for this bounce. This
100%.
is where you should be, at least from our strategy, adding back your shares and then taking another hit.
Right, for sure.
So,
but I mean, I'm honestly, it's like I said, man. Yesterday was a terrible day for me, and so I'm just trying to bounce back, get my confidence a little bit back, and then next week I'm gonna start, going for it again. I just needed to get a profitable trade out the way after yesterday. 2 losing trades. Oh, my voice is going out. 2 losing trades yesterday kind of hurt my confidence. Even though I've been doing so well, those 2 losing trades did mess with me. And so I'm happy to get out with, 34 cents a share gain. Really, it's more than that. And so, really nice fade. And I think it kind of just goes to show that when we stick to our parameters, like when we stick to our conditions that we have to find in these setups, that they're just much more reliable, you know. And I think this was a good trade if you don't consider the fact that I may have gotten out a little early. I think this was a beautiful VWAP fade off of, this 70s level like I got into. Wrote it down to the 20 level. And so, happy with that trade. Really happy with it. Exactly, Netron. I needed the confidence boost, man. After yesterday was just a terrible day. After yesterday, I think it would have messed with me more if I would have held through this and, ended up turning into a losing trade. And so I'm really happy with that. I just needed to bounce back some, took away about half of the losses from yesterday. And so, my confidence is much better.
Yeah, the only thing with that is that you're going to see that in the long run, that we want to just continue with the plan. That's just what you're going to see in the long run. Your confidence is important, but risk and reward management is even more important.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just what I'll say about it.
No, for sure. I agree.
I just seen it over time, man. Your confidence can come back in one trade, but your numbers aren't going to come back in one trade.
Right, for sure. But if I don't get my confidence back, it's going to mess with me for the rest of the week and for the rest of the next few weeks.
So where should your confidence be? In the results of your P&L or in the trade strategy and your execution?
Both. Mostly in the trade strategy, though.
Yeah, that's where you got to cut that last part out. Because
honestly,
the money can't result in any aspect of the trade.
Right.
Because you're trying to take that whole part out.
Right, for sure.
That's the emotional part. That's the emotional side. The other side, on just executing a strategy, that's not emotional. So that's what I would go down to. It's not a bad trade. You're green.
Right.
But, green isn't always the best trade in the long term, just for short-term success. What we're trying to do is continue with that risk to reward, so that on your next trade, if you lose, you won't go ahead and get back in the red.
Right, for sure. I agree. It's something I have to work on for sure. But I also think you and I have somewhat different style. Like, I like to keep mine a little bit shorter trades, and I think you like to take partials, add back once it bounces to the VWAP, take more partials. And so I think we have a little bit different of a style, but I still agree with you with most of what you said. In that, at this point, it did bounce back to the VWAP. I could be adding back here. I just know myself well enough to know that if I did take the trade with that route and it did end up squeezing me up and turning into a break-even or a losing trade, it would have messed with my confidence much more. And I think I need to get one profitable. After yesterday was my biggest loss in months. And so I think after yesterday, I have to kind of take a trade or two, just kind of try to get some profits to kind of try to help the emotional side of it. Appreciate it, Mr. Charge. Yeah, appreciate it, brother. But yeah, I think getting into the profits in one trade, bouncing back, was necessary, at least in my opinion. CODA may be fading off the VWAP here. I'd like to see a little bit more of a bearish trend, and CODA kind of keeps finding some support at 5. Kron had a really nice fade here, and I almost took it. It just didn't quite get up there. I was going to take it at 11.20s. In the grand scheme of things, I'm happy that I ended up taking CARA because, honestly, it gave me a 50-cent drop within 5 minutes, and so I'm happy with that. But looking at BLIN as well, I don't think it necessarily has much room. And looking at PDD for this VWAP bounce here, and this is something I've been noticing over and over and over again. When the stock opens up under the VWAP here and then breaks over it and bounces, the VWAP bounce setup is really in play when it does that. And that's something I've been noticing every day. I kind of talked to Mitch about it as well. Another example is PI. And this is just my thesis at this point. I haven't really back tested it like I should. But this is just my thesis. So like when a stock cracks through the VWAP, it opens up under the VWAP, cracks through the VWAP, and pulls back to bounce. Especially if there's a previous support level, like in this case it was 26. The VWAP bounce play is specifically in play here. and it usually ends up working out really well. And so that's something I am noticing over and over and over again. Corey knows what I'm talking about. Corey, remember what I said when the stock opens up underneath the VWAP, breaks over it? Wait, wrong indicator. When it opens up underneath the VWAP, breaks over it, and then pulls back. You know, the VWAP bounce play has pretty high accuracy, at least from my speculating on it.
All right. Seeing anything out there? RENN. The little one. Not too
Hey,
big, but
what's up, Andre? What's up, Bella? How you been, man? Haven't seen you in a while, man. So yeah, I'm looking at stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff is there's a few bearish trends. GERN. I mean, if you know, GERN looked like a great short, obviously in hindsight, but it never gave us an entry. You know, what I really want to see with these is I want to see a bearish trend like this, and then I want to see a pull all the way back down to the VWAP, and then a wash back down. Kind of like what CARA did. Bearish trend, pull back to the VWAP, big wash. And since GERN didn't really do that, it just doesn't give me that entry that I'm looking for.
hey guys, a stock that's going long right now, ABAC.
Hey Corey, I'm glad you took advantage of it, man. I'm telling you, man, that thesis I have on the VWAP bounce, it's legit, man. You know, and this is the kind of little nuances that you notice to kind of build your niche and strategies around. Is like stuff like this. Like it breaks through the VWAP, opens up underneath it, breaks through, then pulls back and bounces off the VWAP, and it works a decent amount of time. Like every time I've seen that happen, it's worked. You know, haven't back tested it yet, but it looks decent. What'd you say, Mitch? What are you looking at, man?
Know that ABAC was going off. Just calling out stocks that are moving right now.
CRON pulling back to the VWAP here. It's up to 1104. VWAP's at 1112, and it does have some resistance there at 1113, 1114, and 15. So looks interesting. GERN may be finally pulling back to the VWAP here. Took a long time. Had to build some support around 6, and so that looks interesting as well. FNJN Bitcoin. I don't know, man. I don't want to say whether a stock's a good buy or anything, man. Not an investment professional, not liable for any losses you take. You always have to make your own assessment of the market and trade responsibly. Mitch and I do not give investment advice for profit. I always want to say that for liability reasons. But yeah, so FNJN, for me, in my opinion, I'm not going to trade it just because it has low volume. You know, it's too low. Just not my style.
All right, looking for a bounce on CODA to get to the VWAP. If it bounces to the VWAP here, I'll go short.
Hey man, how's your son? Hey man, I hope your son's doing well, Andre. NIO. I've heard a few people mention NIO. I guess it's time to look at it. Whoa, look at NIO. Yeah, man, this thing's up, running. This is one that kind of slipped by me in pre-market just because it wasn't really gapping up or down. It was kind of break even, but it had a lot of volume in pre, and it has a lot of volume now. Look at NIO, Mitch. I don't know if you've looked at that one yet.
NIO. Yeah, was this a new stock?
Yes. It IPO'd yesterday.
Yeah, that's what's going on here. It's an IPO.
Yep.
IPOs are hard to judge. I will tell you that. You usually don't go with patterns.
Yeah, IPOs have hurt me majorly in the past. Look at GERN though. GERN pulling all the way back to the VWAP, which is right around 650. It's at 641 now, but a big pullback to the VWAP on GERN. In Dre Day, it's not that we're watching the wrong stocks, it's that Mitch and I are short bias traders. And so we prefer to short stocks. 100% of my trades in the last 3 months have been short trades. I just don't go long. Just because my niche is going short, and that's what works the best. But yeah, GERN pulling back to the VWAP here. And I mean, it closed at 596. It's still up some from that, and so it looks decent. Hey, Adelie, you know I got to protect myself, man. Trading can make people really emotional. I think that's one of the reasons I get so many haters is because I think trading can make you really emotional, and it's really easy to want to blame other people for your losses. And so that's kind of when the haters come out in the comment section or the chat, or whatever. And especially whenever, I'm doing a live stream like this, I just got to let people know, like, I don't mind trying to teach people how to trade. I'm not going to tell people what stocks to trade, or what stocks to buy or sell. I'm just not doing that. If you want somebody to tell you when to buy or when to sell a stock, find a stockbroker, GERN may be fading off the VWAP here. So Corey's telling Tiny to scale in and out of the positions. Tiny said, I am not good at that. I think I'm an all or nothing trader for the most part. I go by dollar amount against my account balance. I'm not sure what that means. Every trader has their own niche and their own style. I typically tend to prefer scaling in and out because it allows me to get more comfortable in the trade once I have profits and actually be a little bit more objective about what's going on with that stock. But every trader's different, I used to be an all or nothing trader where I would just buy and then sell. I wouldn't scale in and out. And so it all just depends on your personality, I guess. Why is it emotional losing money? Because you're losing money.
Just come on over and give me $100. I'll just take it from you, and you tell me you get emotional.
Right. Don't be emotional about it. Just give me 1,000. Mm-hmm. Right. What's up? Pinball. Oh, I almost said paintball. What's up, Pinball? Not sure how I got here, but hey, right back to you, Pinball. What's up, man? Yeah, for sure, Dre Day. Yeah, no worries, brother. What's up, Keegan? Be quiet, Insurance. Insurance goes, did John say buy Garn? Okay, don't even say that, man, Garn looks like a good VWAP fade, though, and so I definitely wouldn't be telling anybody to buy it now. But you can see here, little fade. Live gains. Nice.
I'm watching PDD on the long side and watching CODA.
CODA, I'd be a little weary of it just because the volume's so low.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's kind of just doing this play at $5. The only thing I've been looking for is kind of like a real hard move to 25 and then rejecting. And that will give me a confirmation. That's why just kind of letting the trade just kind of go for right now.
Right. Hey, Live Gains, nice work, brother. Live Gains actually got GERN at its highest pivot point at 643. Hey, nice work, man. So I see you're trading the VWAP fade, man. That's what I said. It looked good there for that fade,
Yeah.
Depending on your sizing, I'd consider taking some profit at 625, but that's just me. That's just my trading. I'm not an investment professional, not liable for any losses you take. Make your own assessment of the market. Trade responsibly. I don't give investment advice for profit. Boom, said it. But it does have some resistance or some support at 625. Netron, do you use the PPO ADX squeeze in conjunction with the VWAP bounce fade? I have no idea what any of that means, man. I know a PPO. I have a PPO health insurance plan. But that's all I know. I'm just messing with the Netron. But yeah, seriously though, I don't know what that means, man. I don't use any indicators except for the VWAP. That's it. VWAP, and I create my own support and resistance lines, or I draw out my own support and resistance lines. Nice, Corey. Hey, good work, brother. NIO was too extended. Yeah, I mean, that thing just needed a pullback, man. It's interesting, though, pulling back to that 750 level. If it was going to pull back for a long, I do like that 750 level as that pullback. And I'm sure a bunch of traders jumped in here at 750, looking for it to hold support there. CRON also may have, it kind of faded off the VWAP again. Didn't quite get up there. It was about 3 cents away, but you can see a few little fades here. $20,000 shares on INPX. Hey man, good luck, Andre. I hope you kill it, man.
What is he, long or short?
Yeah, it looks like a VWAP projection here, so I like it more for a short here, but I also don't really trade stocks under 50 cents, and so also, guys, if anybody's interested in signing up to TradeNet, you can get 20% off the intro package if you go through my link until the end of this month. I do make a small commission from it, but if you want to help support the channel, you can go through our link. And you do get a good incentive, 20% off. And so it's 100% up to you. You can always go to their website, which is tradenet.com. I don't think the sale's still going on through their website, but I'll post the link here if anybody's interested in that. Why don't you use RSI or MACD? It's kind of not my, it's just not my style, man. I don't understand it enough, and I think it's gonna crowd my screen up too much, and so I prefer to just simply use support and resistance and the VWAP, because that's ultimately what has worked for me thus far. It's kind of what I've been, what I've been doing well with is just the VWAP and drawing my own support and resistance lines, I should. I have my Nightbot. My Nightbot says it automatically, Manny. But just anytime I'm telling people, anything about a stock, I just prefer to say it. Get out of here, insurance. But yeah, trading's funny like that, man, where it's like, I could have one losing day in 10 days, but that second loss, that will just completely ruin my confidence. Like, seriously, like all yesterday I was sitting there like, man, am I a bad trader? Am I just going to lose now? Did the market change? And it messed with my confidence majorly. And so it's funny how trading works like that, where you can have green day after green day after green day, and then that one red day, it just kills your confidence. Jordan, they give you 14K in buying power for the intro package. The max loss is 13,300. And then any profit over 14K, there's a 70-30 profit split. And so, for instance, if you bring it up to 15K, you would keep 700, they would keep 300. And anything under 14K, there's no profit split. There's just commissions of 0.006 cents per share, which if you're using less than 250 shares, it's $1.50 per trade and $3 for a round trip. So really cheap commissions. Sorry I haven't been keeping up with the subs as much. Appreciate the sub, Adrian, Scott, Dover, Reuven. Appreciate the subs, guys. Welcome. And maybe you were right, Mitch. Look at CARA, man. CARA pulled all the way back to the VWAP and then washed all the way back down to 21.35. I could have scaled in and back out of that one. GER. You were right, man.
You'll look at it afterwards, brother. It's just more along, one of the things is whenever we feel that we get that confidence hit, we have to look at, was it a trading error or was it trading to the strategy?
Yeah,
yesterday,
definitely trading error.
Exactly. The same thing me on the day before. Trading errors versus as the strategy not working for you.
Right, for sure. Yeah, yesterday I know exactly what I did wrong, and I am happy I know exactly what I did wrong. Yesterday there was a few things I did wrong. The first one is that I got into a low volume stock right around the open. The second one is that it wasn't gapping up. Like, it needs to be overextended. Like, my entire strategy revolves around overextended stocks and taking advantage of that on the downside. That's my entire strategy. And so when I get in a stock like SSC that isn't overextended on the upside, it actually may be a little overextended on the downside. That's when I get those gnarly squeezes up, especially with low volume. RENN I don't think was as bad of a trade, but I still shouldn't have jumped in because the volume was low. Like, if you look at RENN yesterday, I got in here and I got caught in this little squeeze up. But, it's just the volume was way too low. And it was way too choppy. And it wasn't really extended by the time it opened. It had dropped too much.
All right, looking at possibly a long here on PDD.
Yeah, Jordan.
Pullback.
On PDD.
Yeah, PDD.
Yeah, Jordan. Through my link, it's $3.99 for the intro package, and so it's actually a good incentive. I'm not like ripping people off. It's just like Mitch and I, or I specifically, I stream every single day, every single weekday. I stream for a few hours, and it's just one of the ways we keep everything for free, and we don't charge for videos or streams or anything like that, And so it's just one of the ways. If you want to help support the channel, you can go through the link. If not, I try to be honest with TradeNet about TradeNet, and the biggest flaw with TradeNet is that a lot of stocks aren't tradable, specifically cheap penny stocks. And so I try to make that very well known. I'm not trying to rip people off here. I'm just trying to be honest with people and give them my honest opinion. And so I love TradeNet. Obviously, I've been using them for months now. But the biggest flaw is some stocks are not tradable. It's the biggest problem with it.
I'm watching PI also. That was a nice breakout there. I almost bought it there at 28, but I was looking for a pullback to 87.
On PI or PDD?
On PI.
All right, so GERN's interesting here. I mean, it looked like a good fade, and it faded down some. It went down to 625, which is where I thought, if I was in the trade, I would have taken some profits at 625 just because it has this support here, or this previous resistance there. And so now it's pushing up. I mean, it's still, if I was in this trade, I'd set my risk at 658. But who knows? I don't know what GERN is going to do. Its GERN has been a little tricky yesterday, so we'll see what it does. Oh, yeah, I know, Manny. I couldn't imagine, man. I felt bad for you, brother, but you got it, Manny. Don't worry, man. Trading's a long process. It takes, it took me a year of trading every day, every market day. It took me a year to find consistency and profitability. It took me a year, so trading takes time for sure. Yeah, man, I don't even know who you are, but I appreciate your stream. It normally starts at 10:30 p.m. It's perfect time. Where are you living at, Shruba? Yeah, GERN at VWAP. Yeah, this is one I noticed here. I kind of liked it for the fade here as well, but we'll see what this one does. I mean, if you get in here, it's a tight risk of 658. Potential rewards at least down to that 625 level, so not bad risk to reward on GERN, but I also think it's bull flagging a little bit now. Like, you can see the kind of bull flag here, and so, for that reason, I'd be a little weary of it, but who knows? Yeah, exactly, insurance.
GNC also.
But yeah, exactly, insurance. I can acknowledge when Mitch is right, and what Mitch is right here is that Mitch does really well with holding to his levels, and that's the hole in my game I need to work on. I think I'm usually pretty disciplined. If you forget about yesterday, most of the time I'm pretty disciplined, especially after I have like a green day. I'm usually pretty good at just banking profits. Hey, man, we like having you a part of the family as well, James. Appreciate you having here, man. Really appreciate it, man. I appreciate all the support, man. Like this, trading's my dream. And so the fact that I can, have this stream going and have an awesome little community here of traders that are, really supportive, it's kind of like my dream. I'm really happy with it. So yeah, shout out to everybody that supports this channel. Really means a lot. I really enjoy doing this stream. I really love trading. It's my passion. So shout out to everybody who continuously shows support. It means a lot. Just trying to give value to our viewers and, working towards being profitable. HUYA? Australia. Okay. I've never been to Australia. I've always really wanted to go. HUYA. HUYA looks interesting. I've seen this one run before. Oh, that's rough pinball. In Hawaii, market opens up at 3:30. Hey, have a good day, James. The link for TradeNet is right here, Adam. I'll post the link. But yeah, you can try the 5-day challenge first. You might as well. I think once you sign up, I don't think they allow you to do the 5-day challenge. Mitch might know a little bit more about that. So Mitch, if you sign up through TradeNet and you pay for a package, will they let you try the 5-day challenge before you start your account?
No, that's why you want to go ahead and try to take that challenge. Even if you win or lose it, just take some shots, follow your strategy, size up. Try not to change much.
But how do you
really be changing anything? But yeah, you can't get the account first and then get the 5-day challenge. The way I did it is that I went through another account. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, your family member has an account, huh?
Yeah, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So I gave it a test, but I missed out on it actually.
You were close, brother.
To the intro.
You were close, man.
And yeah, I mean, I think if I would have done it like with the 5 days availability, I think I could have got it. It was one of those. I tried to push it in 3 days,
right.
And
Mitch got really close, guys.
Wasn't no volume.
I don't know if you guys remember, but Mitch got within like $100 away from like doing it.
Yeah, 120.
Yeah, but he had work. He had work on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and he only had one more day to do it, and so he had to kind of take his shot without really looking at the market. But he was really close to doing it. I know somebody else in the stream actually did and accomplished and beat the 5-day challenge. I can't remember who it was, but somebody did it. Yeah, no worries, guys. No worries, guys. Hey, I appreciate all the support. I really do. The support is what keeps me going. I get some haters, and I got to learn to ignore them, but we get a lot of supporting, really supportive people in here. So, means a lot. Helps us kind of keep going and building. And we're dropping some new stuff in the next few weeks. I'll let you guys know. Mitch and I have been working on a lot of stuff, so we'll drop those in a few weeks. We'll let you guys know. Appreciate the subs, Scott and Dana. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, GERN, man. We'll see if it fades off of the VWAP here.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it's really not. I just seen it way too long down there.
Oh, wait.
I know this is the third test, so it is an interesting play.
My link might not be working for TEFs. Let me see if I can get it to work. I might have done it wrong here, so just give me a second, guys. I missed out on the first part of it. Here's the link. Sorry about that, guys. I know a few people asking for the link. Here's the link here. I don't know why it didn't work the first time I tried. There we go. That should work. I'll go ahead and delete this one. But yeah, there's the link right there if anybody's interested in it. So Track Racer said the 5-day challenge. The 5-day challenge is it's a challenge that TradeNet offers, and so I think Mitch knows the rules a little bit better than me. When I signed up, I didn't know about it, but basically, if you can make $500 in a demo account on TradeNet without losing more than $100, then they'll give you a free intro account, right? It's something like that, right, Mitch?
Yeah, exactly like that. The only key is that you have to have 6 minimum tickets each day, each active day, and you have to have a minimum of 3 active days.
Okay. So you have to have 6 tickets 3 times at least, 3 days. Yeah. So Keenan is the one that beat the
What's
five
going
day
on, brother?
challenge.
Nah, taking a break. My assistant manager's holding the front. I already did the deposit. Why do we have 2 people though?
All right, sorry guys. I muted it because Mitch was having that conversation. I didn't want any stuff to get out. So I hope Mitch isn't in trouble at his work. But yeah, look at CARA. Eventually came all the way back down. You know, I rode big most of this move. I took a 50-cent gain on CARA, and so I'm still happy with that. GERN looks to be fading off the VWAP some, and so we'll see what that one ends up doing as well. And so yeah, so let's see. I'm probably not going to jump in anything else. I'm happy with my little $34 gain. I'll definitely take that. But GERN looks to be fading off the VWAF really nicely. Yeah, it's super tough, man. It's really hard. Just because you have to trade a lot, you basically have to get 5 to 1 in profits. You got to make $500 without losing 100, and so it's a really tough challenge. And I think they do that for a reason. They're probably looking at people's strategies, trying to find patterns and setups with an edge. Outsiders, I'm not sure, man. Oh, you're good. Hold on, Mitch. I muted you, man. Hold on 1 second. All right, there we go.
All right, guys. Hey,
All right.
guys, I'm back.
You're breaking up, man. Can't hear you, brother.
Both. No, hold it down at a set.
You're breaking up, man. We can't hear anything you're saying.
So I'm here
Still breaking up, man. Can't hear you.
to go ahead and do my due. You know, everything in the store looking good, so I went and looked at some trading. But you know, like always, what matters is keeping up with our responsibilities, right?
Yes, sir.
And the store is looking good, so that's all that matters.
So somebody asked if PI is doing a fade. So and this is PI. What this is actually a VWAP rejection. And so a VWAP rejection.
So PI rejected.
Yeah. So PI, somebody's asking if this is a fade. So the difference between a fade and a rejection is a rejection is in a bullish trend, pull back underneath the VWAP, bounce back to the VWAP, rejection back down. That's the VWAP rejection. A VWAP fade is GERN is a good example. VWAP fade is bearish trend, pull back to the VWAP, wash back down, fade back down off the VWAP.
Yeah, so what you want to see if you're on the opposite side, let's say if you're on the long side and you went long on the breakout, what you want to see is it hold the top of that last resistance. So that last run that it did, if it can hold that and bounce off of that, then you got your confirmation for the breakout.
but as you can see, it probably broke down right through that resistance, that prior resistance, and went through the VWAP.
Yep. Exactly. And it looks good. I mean, it looks good. It was pretty overextended on the upside after all that. And so it didn't look bad.
Yeah.
Track Racer says, when are we getting our trading jackets with the dragon on the back? The BT crew. Nice live gains. Hey, good work, brother. Good work, man. I don't think, cool, yeah, man. I don't think they're trying to stop strategies that work. I think they're just trying to find plausible strategies to implement. You know what I mean? I don't think they're trying to stop us from using them. I think they're using it as kind of an algo way to find profitable setups so they can implement those setups. And I think a lot of brokers really do that. I think brokers analyze, what their traders are doing, especially what their profitable traders are doing, so they can kind of use those same setups is what I really think they're doing. Hey, but nice work today, Live Gains. Good work, man. NPI. Yeah, I mean, PI rejected off the VWAP really nicely here. Came all the way back down to this low, which is where I would want to take profits at 26.22. Starting to fade back up or push back up to the VWAP here. We'll see what it ends up doing. Kron is paying out. Yeah, but look at the fade on GERN. And this is why I love this setup, man. This setup happens so much in the market. GERN fading off of it really nicely there. I know a few people mentioned getting into GERN, but fading really nicely.
Yeah, it's funny. When we don't trade it, it did that perfect move there.
Right.
That's how it goes, though. That's how it goes. That's why you got to stay consistent with the strategy no matter what. No matter if you had that losing day yesterday, that winning day. What you're looking for is consistency. You're not looking for the gains. If you're looking for gains, what happens is eventually the greed gets to you. The emotions start getting to you. You only think about being green. And if you're only thinking about being green, you don't trade the right way. You should only be thinking about executing your strategy. That's simple put. If it's anything other than that, then you're starting to bring emotions in.
100%.
Yeah.
TLRY.
The closer you can stick to that, you're gonna be in the green.
Yeah.
And it's gonna come green. That's what traders try to focus on their gains and how much they're making and stuff. But a lot of the times, it's more about just focusing on your skill level. Once you make the right trades, the money just follows, guys.
Right.
It just starts stacking up.
Exactly, man. And that's what it's about, man. You just got to get in good trades. You got to have a process. You got to have a system in place, And
if it's not consistent, you get inconsistent results.
Tesla 3 says, beginner, you're a salesman, not a trader, and I'm not a hater. I don't know if you meant that to rhyme, but, you could turn a song into that, man. But no, seriously though, Tesla, I mean, I think I might be a little bit of both, like if you want to buy the TradeNet package, that's fine, but if not, I'm not worried about it either. My ultimate goal here, and I really think people can probably see this, is that my goal is to be a successful trader. And any money I make aside from trading is just kind of like the cherry on top. I love trading. Trading's my passion. I wouldn't have started this channel if I didn't love trading. Trading's something I really enjoy. I've uploaded almost 600 videos to YouTube. And, I love YouTube. Don't get me wrong. I really appreciate them giving me this outlet to do all this stuff. But, my main goal is to be a successful trader. That's what I ultimately want to do. I want to be a successful trader. And any money I make aside from that is just kind of like the cherry on top. It's really cool to make money doing something you love. And so I love trading. And so regardless of how, it's just something that I love doing. It's something I'm passionate about. And if I had a dream of what I could do with my life, this would be my dream. You know what I mean?
Amen to that, brother. Amen. All right, guys, I'm going to get on out of here, get back to some lovely work. But it was nice hanging out with you guys. Didn't take a trade, didn't see anything that I really liked, and we'll move forward.
Hey, nice work today, man.
See you guys tomorrow.
Nice work today, man. There's nothing wrong with not taking a trade, brother. So good work, man. I'll see you later, bro.
All right. See you later.
Later, man. All right. I don't know what department I'm in, man. I just love trading, guys. Like, I think it's pretty obvious. It's pretty self-evident that I love trading. You know, I wouldn't do this if I didn't love trading, you know. And so I just want to be a successful trader. That's really what I want to do, you know. I'm more focused on getting in good trades, and, you know, it's really exciting for me, honestly, because it's like I've finally shown consistent profits, and it took a long time to be consistent in trading, and it took, like I said, it just took a long time, and so it's kind of surreal to be profitable now, even with yesterday's losing day, you know, but that was my second losing day in 2 weeks, and so, you know, I just got to stick with it, man. I really love trading. Appreciate it. James Powell, I would just contact TradeNet. If you're going to try to do the 5-day challenge. I've never done it, so to be honest, I don't know how you would go about approaching them. You could probably just go to tradenet.com and, you know, just reach out to them, say you're interested in the 5-day challenge is what probably the route to do, but I'm not 100% sure. I've never done it before. Hey, appreciate it, LJC. Later, Keegan. But yeah, I'm probably going to close the stream down now. Remember, guys, SnapTrade, awesome free website. They are interested in hiring a few people to make videos. And so if you're interested in making a video for SnapTrade, reach out to them. All you have to do is go to snaptrade.us. And for those that don't know, SnapTrade is an awesome free website that offers a lot of free, useful tools for traders to take advantage of. I use them mostly for their watch list building, and I share my watch list with a decent amount of people here each morning. And so if you want my watch list shared with you, it's running a little slow right now, but if you want my watch list shared with you, sign up to SnapTrade and send me your username or email, and I'll share my watch list with you each morning. But they also have a free scanner. They also have a news section that allows you to look up news on certain stocks, and so a really awesome free website. Go check them out. That's snaptrade.us, snaptrade.us. And like I said, they're looking to hire some people to make videos about their site. And so if you're interested in doing that, just go to SnapTrade and hit the feedback button, send them a message, let them know you're interested, and they'll contact you. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now. Not a bad day. Happy with how today turned out. Made about 50 cents a share on CARA. Could have held a little bit longer, and I could have added back when it bounced off this VWAP, this second push here. And so if I did do something wrong, it's kind of what Mitch was talking about. This nice little bounce back to the VWAP looked good, and I could have added some sizing and risk back there to write it down for this push. But I got out for about a 50 cents a share gain, and so I'm really excited about that. But yeah, man. Jim, you guys are great. VWAP and volume bars are all that's needed for sure. Keep it simple as your focus day in scalps. Mostly. I stay away from penny and low volume stuff, Jim, just because historically that's not what I've been doing very well with. What I typically do the best with is stocks like GERN and CARA that gap up a significant amount and then fill the gap on the way down. And my strategy mostly revolves around a gapping up stock that's overextended, and that, you know, a lot of times you'll see a stock fill the gap on the way down. And so the strategy revolves around on those gap fills where it shows a bearish trend at the open, and it pulls back to the VWAP, kind of like the opposite of a dip buy. On a pullback when it pulls back to the VWAP, to enter there and set the next support level as my risk. So hopefully a tight risk. And so that's basically the strategy. Too many yes men in the chat. Don't know what you mean by that, but all right. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now. Everybody have a good day. Like I said, guys, regardless of whether people want to hate on me or not, like, we're offering all of this content for free. You know, we stream every weekday morning for a few hours every week, and we don't charge anybody for anything. You know, I think we're one of the only people that don't charge anybody for anything at this point. And so I think haters are going to be there, but ultimately I got to learn to just ignore them. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you all later. Hopefully I can rebound some from those losses yesterday. I took about half of that loss off, so I made back about half, a little bit under half of that loss. Not going to try to force trades tomorrow. Friday usually has pretty low volume, and so I just don't want to force anything tomorrow. And I just got to stay disciplined and stay selective. But yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. I'll see you all tomorrow at the same time as always. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I'll be back as always. We'll see if I can close the week out green. I try to consistently use bigger sizing. Lately, I've been slowly trying to scale up my sizing. Today, the volume didn't look that great, and this was a $20-something stock. And so I'm actually happy with the sizing I took with CARA, which was 100 shares. And we'll see if we can we'll see if we can have a green day tomorrow. But like I said, I'm going to stay disciplined. Friday, the volume is usually pretty low, especially with the hurricane going on the East Coast. I think a lot of people are going to be worried about that. And so we'll see how tomorrow goes. Just got to stay selective, stick to my criteria. Like I said, I think the thing I did wrong yesterday was that the stocks I got into were low volume stocks. They weren't overextended on the upside, and I think I rushed into the trade a little bit too soon at the open. And so I feel like if I look for stocks that are gapping up and overextended, that have good volume, and I wait a little bit after the open, I think I'll be a lot more successful, and I think that's kind of what I did today. And so I'm happy with today's trade. Yeah, 100% live gains, 100%, man. Yeah, so James Powell said, were you a TradeNet student? So technically I still am. So I'm using the intro package at this point, and they gave me $14,000 in buying power with the intro package. And so once you buy a package on TradeNet, Tefs partners with you and they send you your account. And so this is my Tefs account through TradeNet that I'm trading with. Okay, appreciate it, Jordan. Yeah, man, I'm not sure, brother. But yeah, guys, appreciate all the support, man. Really means a lot. Like I said, trading's my passion. So to have this awesome group of supportive traders here is really great. And I just got to learn to tune out the haters. There's always going to be haters with anything. And I think secure people are more focused on what they're doing and not really focused on what others are doing. And so I just got to learn to tune them out, and I think I'll be golden. But yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. Appreciate all the support. Before you go, hey, appreciate it, Murray. Appreciate it, brother. Before you go, can you explain your watch list? James, yeah, I can kind of explain it really quick. So my watch list basically revolves around looking for overextended stocks that have good volume. And so I look for stocks, most of the time I'm looking at gapping up stocks, because I think stocks that are gapping down are too extended on the downside, and there's a higher chance that it's going to squeeze up. It has more momentum to push up when it gaps down. And so I look for stocks that are gapping up, preferably over 10%, and I look to take advantage of that overextension on the short side. So I look to short these overextended stocks, and so that's mostly what my watch list revolves around. And so you can see, like on my watch list, I had GERN, which was gapping up from like 5 something all the way to $7 at the open. So definitely more than 20%. It looks like about 30 or 40% gap up. CARA, which was gapping up from about 20 to 22. Not quite as extended as I want to be, but around 10%. And so that's still not too bad. TLRY, overextended from the last few days. PI, same thing. And so, like I said, I just look for overextended stocks. That's kind of what my style is. That's what I look for. But yeah, appreciate all the support, guys. Really means a lot. And, I'll be back same time tomorrow as always. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you want to support this channel, click the like button right now in this video. I definitely appreciate the support. So any support I can get through likes or whatever, I really appreciate it. If anybody's interested, I'll go ahead and post the VWAP Fade video. I do have a walkthrough video on the VWAP Fade. I've had a few people asking me about this setup specifically. And so I do have kind of a tutorial video on the setup I use. And I'll post that link in the chat as well to that YouTube video. So yeah, if you're interested in learning the patterns and setups, the short pattern and setup that I use, there's the link to my YouTube video on that. Go check that out if you have time. So you don't have to locate shorts, Mark, on the platform. Basically, some stocks are tradable and some stocks are not. And like I've said it a lot of times, but the biggest problem with TradeNet, like the biggest flaw in TradeNet, is that some stocks are not tradable. Specifically, low volume penny stocks, many times you're not able to trade. Like for instance, IGC wasn't tradable. What was some of the other penny stocks? INPX. Or INPX wasn't tradable. And so these low volume penny stocks, many times they're not tradable. And that's the biggest flaw of TradeNet in my opinion. Luckily for me, my style more revolves around stocks in between $2 and $30. And so, It's not a deal breaker for me, but you do want to consider that before signing up, just because some of these low, cheap stocks are not going to be tradable. Somebody described it to me before as if the stock has less than 500,000 shares traded in the last 3 months, it's not going to be in TradeNet or TEF's system. And so I think that's kind of how they go about it. So if a stock kind of breaks out of nowhere and it's a cheaper stock that had low volume previously, most of the time it's not going to be tradable, in my opinion. And so that's the biggest flaw. And I try to be honest with people about it. That's the biggest flaw to TradeNet, But yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. Hit that like button if you want to help support this channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate all the new subs today.